like this. Your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is Friday the 20th, March 2020. I know I said that all backwards though, but that's how I feel this week. It's been all backwards. Dealing with a lot of people. I know, you guys are probably stressing out over this whole COVID-19 situation. Is getting worse and worse by the day. And I'm just fearing that we're not prepared here in the States like we should be. But anyhow, and I got some of you guys that think this is a hoax, but hey, that's a whole nother conversation. I want to give a shout out to one of my YouTube members, Travel Behemoth, for the song request, White Zombie. Cosmic Monsters Inc. Thanks for the song request. Nice way to switch it up there on this Friday. Get away from a little hip hop to some rock. I like rock too, I don't discriminate, so I appreciate the song request, brother. Yes, today we're going to be looking at a couple of articles that caught my attention. One thing, a side note, a lot of you have been talking about this trader, Philly trader lady, the bond trader. I call her Jane Bond. I talked to her via text the other day, and we're setting up something soon, so look out for that. I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop. I'm going to have her back on. She's going to give us some more on-the-ground surveillance information when it comes to this crazy stock market, and really more so the debt market. The debt market is a bigger market than the equities market, and that's where, I think things will really start to crumble. The Fed today alone announced, I think 3 times, some programs they were going to be implementing on today in the repo markets. At just epic repo market operations. $1 trillion a day to the end of this month, they're saying now, which we know that stuff never ends. Once you go down the rabbit hole, there's no coming out. So again, I will be having Jane Bond on the show. That's what I'm calling her, the Philly trader, bond trader out there in Philly. So look out for that for sure. I know a lot of you are looking for that. But anyhow, today we are going to be looking at something pretty disgusting. I know you guys know Loffler, and she's the one that was the CEO or former CEO of Backed. She left that position to go serve in the Senate. Well, look what she did. She actually ended up selling a huge chunk of money, or stocks I should say, right after a COVID-19 coronavirus debriefing out there in Washington, D.C. She's privy to information prior to the public, and she went out and sold her stock. She wasn't the only one. There was another senator, I think 3 altogether, that did so. So we'll take a look at this article. This is doesn't surprise me. Shouldn't surprise you either. And yet another blow to the XRP theory. I know I got a few XRP fans out there, but another company has decided to part ways with Ripple/XRP, and it is in Mexico. We'll take a look at this company called the International Money Exchange, or Intermex. And lastly, stablecoin Tether. They are launching on yet another blockchain. Yes, the 7th one. We're going to see what blockchain that is here in a second. Before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. And this episode is brought to you by Dudex.com. Check these guys out, one of the newer cryptocurrency exchanges out there. However, one thing I like about Dudex, actually there are a few, but the one thing that stands out the most is that everything is priced in US dollars. That's from your risk, how much you're risking per trade, how much you're up in your profits or losses. It shows all that in real time and in US dollars. So you don't have to have a Texas Instrument calculator out, people, like you do on BitMEX, to figure out what the hell is going on. How much are you up? How much are you down? And they also have a new risk manager tool that allows you to place trades and set those parameters based on your risk profile. Excellent tool. I haven't seen this tool anywhere else in the cryptocurrency exchange game, so check them out, Dudex.com. Link in the description below. And before we get started, let's take a look at that heat map today. Yeah, man, green no more. We had a bounce off those lows a couple of days ago, and I should have tweeted out there, and I was just observing the markets. I didn't get excited. A lot of people started getting excited off that bounce in cryptos. Unfortunately, guys, the fundamentals are still there in regards to why I think cryptos will head lower. We're in a state of crisis here. We're in a world of crisis. And so with that being said, I'm just going to reiterate, because some people haven't heard this, but Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general are risky assets. They're speculative assets. So when we have a panic, a pandemic, as we have currently with coronavirus, when people get scared, they flee all risky assets. That's stocks, that's cryptocurrencies. They're going to sell those and go to cash and then figure out things later. But that's what's happening. And so the move up was, to me, just an opportunity to fade the rally. Unfortunately, it is what it is. You know, you're going to get the real here on Crypto Blood channel. So that's where we are with things. Bitcoin's down 5.6% to 5,887 bucks. Ethereum down 10.9%, 11% now to 122 bucks. EOS down 12% to $2.01. Litecoin down 10.8% to $35.27. And we've got XRP down 10% to 14 cents. And so let's take a look at what I'm talking about here. You're going to have rallies in a bear market. And so you just got to be careful with those bull traps. So we're actually going through a move downward now. I personally was expecting us to possibly get back up to 7,400 at the most. We didn't make it, and it looks like we got stopped somewhere above my other support or resistance area, which was, let's see where this is. I'm just going to draw another line here for us to see where this matches up. We could draw something right around here. If I go back over, it lines up almost perfectly to this area. And so I think we're going to head lower from here, guys. I believe so. I think we may try to test 3,600, 3,800 yet again in the next few days. If not, you know, we may trend. I mean, you know, there is a trend line I can draw here that may give us some indication of where we could get a bounce, and you know, we'll just trade in between this range here like this, okay, and then maybe drop off. So we'll see what happens, but definitely I don't think we're, you know, turning a corner here yet, simply because, as I've stated, simply because we've got some really heavy, unprecedented fundamentals that we need to work through as a global economic entity or system. We still have to work through this pandemic. So until then, I'm not too confident on Bitcoin making any newer moves up. Now, once we can get past this pandemic, yes, Bitcoin is going to again be an outperformer when it comes to asset classes. So, you know, you really can't time the bottom, but you can kind of have a somewhat signal when you should be preparing to load the boat, if you want to say, with cryptocurrencies. And I think once we start to turn the corner with this pandemic, you can start loading the boat on this asset class. But let's take a look at this should not be surprising story out of CoinDesk. ICE pushes back on claim that ex-backed CEO dumped stocks after Senate COVID briefing. So says the new senator for Georgia and former CEO of Bitcoin derivatives exchange backed sold between $1.3 and $3.2 million in stock following a private Senate briefing on COVID-19. Now, just to be, you know, you guys help me out in the comments below, but my understanding is that senators and congressmen can inside trade. They can do insider trading and not get in trouble. So, you know, I don't think she can get in trouble with this, but maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm right on that. You let me know in the comments below. The article goes on to say that Senator Kelly Loffler and husband Jeffrey Sprecher, the founder and CEO of ICE, which owns the New York Stock Exchange, as well as BAC, made a total of 29 transactions in the weeks after January 24th briefing, the Daily Beast reports. In a statement, ICE said Loffler and Sprecher have made clear that those transactions were executed by their financial advisor without Mr. Sprecher's or Senator Loeffler's input or direction. Yeah, okay. Just a coincidence that they sell the day after the COVID briefing, right? According to the Senate Financial Disclosures website, the two sold shares in Resido Technologies, ExxonMobil, Ross Stores, Tencent, and Delta. Come on, you just knew to sell Delta. You just knew to sell Exxon, right? And it goes on to say, among other companies, the transactions value range between $1,000 and $500,000. The total sum up to a small fraction of her net worth, $500 million. Loeffler and Sprecher both jointly bought shares of Citrix, which offers teleworking product, and Oracle. The two individually also bought shares of the Blackstone Real Estate Investment Trust. The article goes on to say that Loeffler said she was not aware of the sales until February 18th, after many had already been conducted. While her initial disclosure was filed on February 7th, the amendment version was filed on March 12th. It is illegal for members of Congress to trade based on non-public information gained from their public roles. An ICE spokesman did not respond to a request for comment by press time. So, this is just illustrating that, I hope this whole situation with the COVID thing really exposes or continues to expose the issues that we have here in America and around the world, to be honest with you. And, one being the fact that our political system is upside down, is rooted in immorality. Our financial system is rooted in immorality. It's just so many different areas in our lives that I think it's just ironic that this virus is really exposing. The lack of preparedness by supposedly the best country in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just exposing everything. And so I hope this continues to happen. And so you guys let me know how you feel about that move by Kelly Loffler. Should she resign from her position? Probably won't, though. She's a freshman. She just got in there. So let's take a look at this situation for XRP/Ripple. Looks like International Money Exchange, one of the world's leading remittance companies, has announced that it will not be using Ripple and XRP for Mexico or its other core markets. This position comes as a surprise, as earlier this year the company embraced Ripple as a partner. So the common theme and pattern we're seeing here, people, is that Ripple woos these companies. They woo these companies. They get in bed with them. And then for some strange reason, these companies just drop off. They stop dealing with Ripple. They stop dealing with XRP. One has to wonder really why. You see what's going on with MoneyGram and XRP. XRP keeps investing millions of dollars into MoneyGram to try to woo them. But they've even canceled a couple of services that MoneyGram was initially going to use with Ripple. They canceled them. So what is really going on over there? Many of you may not know, maybe new to my channel, I have been a huge opponent of Ripple and XRP. It simply didn't need to be a use case for it, because most of these companies will create either their own blockchains where they're created in a proprietary way, or use something that governments will create. I think many government systems, the US being one, is creating what's called FedNow, which is a system, a payments rail system that's going to be way better, way quicker than what we have today with ACH. So I just didn't see Ripple really being able to, from the XRP standpoint, from their blockchain standpoint, really take a lot of market share. I just never did. So let's see what this is talking about. It says Ripple, they say Ripple will not be an answer for places like Mexico. They said we have very tight relationships that are strategically setting plans and objectives with those players. And so we won't really see us leveraging Ripple in our core markets. I think it will bring us more growth in newer markets in places where we're exploring going into ancillary products. Well, why not? Why wouldn't you want to use, if Ripple is such a great tool, why wouldn't you use Ripple in those markets? You know why? Because it's politics with everything. They already have systems in place in these existing markets. They do fine. They're just as fast as using a Ripple. It maybe not be on blockchain, but hey, who cares in the real world? Most owners or operators of these companies don't care. They just want the bottom line to be cheap. They want it to be secure. And most of these payment options that we have in these second and third world countries do just fine. They really do. They do just fine. And so evidently Ripple and Intermex announced their partnership early last month. And so such a move led many to speculate that Intermex, which focuses primarily on Latin America, would rapidly integrate XRP into its primary services. However, that was not the case. Should not be a surprise to you either. Let me know your comments. I know my Ripple XRP fans are going to be in there going ham on me, but hey, I just got to tell it how it is. This is my opinion. Only my opinion, people. Only my opinion. And the last article out of CoinDesk, Tether stablecoin launches on its 7th blockchain. Which blockchain, you may ask? Bitcoin Cash. Wow. Announced Thursday, Tether is using the Simple Ledger Protocol, or SLP, as the technical means to launch its Tether stablecoins, USDT, on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. Tether aims for the token's price to consistently match the US dollar on a 1-to-1 ratio and back its value with assets. Running directly on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain, SLP allows users to issue and manage tokens of various types. Tether said the launch means Bitcoin.com wallet users, which support BCH and Bitcoin, will be able to send and receive USDT via SLP tokens without the need for other applications. So Tether, as you guys probably know, is already on Algorand, EOS, Ethereum, Liquid Network, Omni, which is the original Bitcoin network, and Tron blockchains. So here we go, people. Tether taking over. Tether is going to be, or continue to be, the most used cryptocurrency. Okay, I know you don't want to hear that, but it is, and it goes with my thesis that you will see in the future predominantly stable coins being used in the cryptocurrency space. It just is what it is, you know. At least, you know, we can say that the governments don't actually own those tokens. It is pegged to their fiat currencies. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out when these countries start rolling out their digital currencies. We'll see how prevalent or how much use we see from stable coins at that point. But until then, you're going to see stable coins be the predominant use for cryptocurrency transactions. So let me know if you guys knew about this Bitcoin Cash blockchain edition of Tether. Very interesting. I know Bitcoin Cash people are probably very happy with this, but that's pretty much it. Again, look out for a new video that I'm going to be doing with Trader Jane, or AKA I call her Jane Bond. That's coming up very soon, so look out for that. And don't forget, tomorrow we will have an Off the Chain episode. I think it's 31, so make sure you guys don't miss that. They have been pretty epic the last couple of weekends. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday. That's tomorrow, all right? So that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. Shout out to Travel Behemoth for the song request White Zombie, Cosmic Monsters. Make sure you guys, again, like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out of here, people. Holla!